What is up, SmackNPie here, welcome back to another news video. Now, it's been a while since I've done 3-in-1 news video, and you know what, I thought today is the day. Now, since we're waiting on the DD news from official developers, of course, I have yet to go back and talk about the story and technical aspects from the Vincent Living's livestream. I wasn't feeling well on going back to that, so I was like, you know what, let's just see what we have on the news side and let's do some quickies. So here we go, boys. Before we get to Dork Deception, we're gonna talk about Batman. Now, of course, y'all know I'm a big fan of Batman, and I've been covering some Batman news recently. And today we got actually 2 Batman news. First of all, we know that Batman Arkham Origins developers, WB Games Montreal, their parent company is trying to supposedly, and rumors, these are just rumors, they're trying to sell that specifically to pay off their debts. It was revealed that many other companies are interested. The most specific one was Microsoft or Xbox, and people were like, oh, so Batman is finally going exclusive just like Spider-Man is exclusive to PlayStation, and this would set up like a war. The reports are coming in now that EA Games, yes, EA hints at possible acquisition of WB Games. Yep, ladies and gentlemen, EA hinted at a possible acquisition of WB Games, which is reportedly up for sale. With an acquisition of WB Games, EA could inherit prominent studios like NetherRealm Studios, which is of course Mortal Kombat, Rocksteady, TD Games, and Warner Bros. Montreal. It would also mean it would gobble up a valuable IP like Mortal Kombat, plus presumably licensing rights to Lego, Harry Potter, Game of Thrones, Batman, and many more. Now, what I will say in here is that just because WB Games are online, it doesn't mean that they'll own these franchises. They'll just have the rights for these specific IPs like Mortal Kombat, Batman, and you get the point. Whether this acquisition will happen or not, who knows? It's reported that Activision, Take-Two Interactive, and Microsoft are also interested, but EA certainly has the money to pull off what will likely be a $2 to $4 billion acquisition. Now, with that much money on the table, of course, the parent company of WB would think this through, and they would want to sell it to the right party. Who knows, maybe by the end of this, they sell it to no one. It is scary. If EA gets their hand on this, we're done. Most of these franchises are doomed, so let's hope it doesn't go through Microsoft. If Microsoft buys it, it's a win-win for both Xbox, Microsoft, and WB Games, but at the same time, it is scary. And finally, before we get to the other news, is that New Feed is reporting new Batman blog hints at new Batman Arkham game reveals soon. Yes, WB Game releases new Batman blog looking at Batman's family. The whole thing started with a blog that WB Games released featuring Batman's family. This blog is a basic summary of Batman allies such as Nightwing, Batgirl, Robin, and after the last game, Red Hood. It's a great summary of each of the characters and what role they played in the Arkham series, but that's it. Now, the Noob Feed is saying, and they're still on Batman Arkham Legacy title, we believe it's Batman Gotham Knights. It was supposedly Batman Arkham Legacy before with Batman Family and Damian Wayne, but then that turned down. Now we're looking at Batman Gotham Knight, or supposedly. None of them are confirmed to be true or false, so we're kind of like left in the middle, but they did say that the next game is focusing on carnivals or events that happens after Arkham Origins. But either way, we know for a fact that there's something going on with WB Games. And how do we know that? That they started teasing the game themselves. It's not like we were just coming out of nowhere and saying, oh, look at this. No, they started teasing the game themselves, and ever since they've been silent. So we're hopeful that later this month, August, we get to learn Batman, new game from WB Games Montreal. Hopefully we get Bat Family, hopefully we get a Court of Owls, but we do need a Batman game at this point. Then Sony PlayStation announcing State of Play. Now, I've been super excited for this because I thought last week that this month we will finally learn the price and pre-orders date for PlayStation 5, and when I learned that State of Play is announced for 6th of August, yes, within a few days, I got super hyped. But then I look at the official thing, it said no PlayStation 5 announcement, at least no big PlayStation 5 announcements. Now, it is only for PlayStation 4 and PlayStation VR game, and it makes sense too. Just because the new console is dropping doesn't mean you just drop all the marketing for PlayStation 4 games. You need that 2-3 years of pipeline to earn some sales, and of course it will earn more than what PlayStation 5 will do for the first few years, but still, it's their job to do. Either way, I am excited for some exclusives, I am excited for some reboots, I'm also excited for gameplay that that we got to see in PlayStation 5 reveal. No new announcement, just the gameplay of what we already know, because I really want to know some gameplay specific. Kina, I'm really looking forward to that game. Returnal, let's hope we learn more about that. I'm really hoping for a Silent Hill announcement as well, but you know what, we'll just have to wait and see. I'll be here on 6th of August, on 6th of August, reacting to it. Now, let's get to Dark Deception. It's not that big of a news, but you know what, we had to do what we have to do. A few days ago, Dark Deception on the Twitter, they posted this, quote, "Know why they call him Lucky. This new Teespring merch will give you a daily reminder with the new design for Lucky the Rabbit." And he says, "I never lose." I tweeted out saying, he never lose, yeah right, we'll see about that when I face him in chapter 4 of Dark Deception. This is by far one of the best art that I've seen. It's also by K2 Rockers, so shout out to them for making this art, but it's looking very clean, and if I see someone copying that merch with this design on their shirt, I'm like, hey sir, or whoever, ma'am, you got my respect. Now keep going with your daily routine. What? Then finally, I showed this in the last video, but I didn't talk about it, so now on their official Twitter banner, they shared this. Yes, this is their official Twitter banner. We can see this same bear teaser that was released a long time ago, but it was so small and cropped and not that high quality. Now we can see it even more wider, more clearer. This is indeed a wooden-ish area, a place that's supposedly underground. Could it be that this is the entrance we saw in the bear's gameplay level? Or is this inside the cabin that was more than welcoming when we were reaching that? Or how about the underground area within that cabin that was welcoming us? Also, I just noticed that she is a bit taller, like not much, just a little bit taller than the eyesight. You know, Nughauser is a little bit short. I would say short. He's average, but Mama Bear isn't. So when you look at her in this screenshot, she's a little bit taller than what meets the eyesight. Also, the hallway is very tight. Are we gonna need more than strategies and effective powers to cut corners and hit juke moves? So using powers effectively and smartly, which you already know me, I'm born with persistence, determination, motivation to do all that good stuff. You know, the thingy that leads to good stuff.
Diz, you crazy, dog.
But the lighting of this level, her model design, don't get me wrong, she doesn't look as scary as some other monsters in Dark Deception, specifically Joy Joy Gang's Frenzy Mode, or even Trigger Teddy, but that's just to me poking a literal bear. What if she turns crazy as soon as she sees us? But either way, good to see this screenshot secretly getting up there. I'm liking the secrecy from DD